Hello and welcome back to the Xpert 11 Road to Glory series and a new season, and this is hopefully going to be a big season for this club, as this is the first season we're going to try and push towards our climb towards the top flight of the Ultimate League. Hopefully we can do it this season. If not, we have a bit of layoff time, but as we said, the time bomb is ticking now for this team. We've significantly strengthened this side with two highly skilled defenders to make up for the somewhat patchy situation in goal, where we have an aging goalkeeper and a young goalkeeper with no real middle ground in performance. At the end of the last episode, I told you that during this season we'd signed Devin Riley, Pedro Miramontes and Sebastião Queimado to strengthen the side. Well, we have another signing here. As you can see below Pedro Miramontes is a very familiar name, especially to Tottenham Hotspur fans. Let's take a look at this new signing. Introducing Ledley King, not to be confused with the Ledley King of Spurs, who served his club and was a club legend for so many years during the last decade, but this Ledley King came an absolute bargain. Valued at just over 2 million econ, we managed to get him for under 1 million. Not only that, he's a 13-bar defender and is already one of the best defenders in our new division. This significantly strengthens our squad. We can no longer be considered a really poor side. We are sort of mid-standard to lower standard throughout the entire Ultimate League, and we're definitely getting stronger by the season. He will no doubt form a formidable partnership with Pedro Miramontes, and we should now have a team good enough to get promoted to Division 5 again, and hopefully stay there after that. We will need a strong defence because the division we've been drawn in is a much stronger division than last season. Let's take a look at our opponents. First up is a completely new opponent, AC Parto Boca, managed by Footy Love from Stoke, who only took over midway through last season, and as such this team is a new face around these parts in Division 6. And it's a very strong team too, as you'll soon see, with no real weaknesses. He is in possession of 7 11-bar players, including the goalkeeper, 2 defenders and 4 midfielders, one of which he recently signed, so they are going to proved to be very difficult opposition to play against. Gaston James, Hal Tobin, Neven Aranjevic, Vince Ingham, Dixon Coffey, a great name, and Alexander Javi, along with the goalkeeper Mark Angal, are a strong spine of this team, but the rest of the team isn't too bad either, at least from the main point. There's a lot of dead weight in this team as well that could probably be gotten rid of, but it seems to be a slow progress, and apparently the manager is working hard to make this team his own. Our second opponent is a rather more familiar one, Belfast City. We have played each other 4 times before, and they were in seasons 29 and 31, both in which we got promoted. In the first campaign, we faced them when they won the league and we came second. In the second time, they had a rather more poor season, where we finished second to enter the playoffs, eventually beating Cydonia F.C. We even beat Belfast City that season for the first time without our main defender that season, which was Gabriel Gorga. Their squad is rather more streamlined now. Benjamin Savitri has gone, so Carmelo Barella is their only goalkeeper. In other new additions, the only real new face among this team is Ryan Jerson, a new central striker with Runa Sojlin, now 36 years old and not offering as much credit as he did before. Since we last met them, they've got rid of Georgi Majoriak, John Svensson, Michael McCauley, Johannes Krauser-Lee and the aforementioned Savitri. Previously, Belfast City were so much stronger than us and very difficult to play against. However, we are actually much closer to Belfast City's overall strength now than we used to be. That is how far we've come, while they have stayed the same. So they are now perfectly winnable against opponents. It'll be tough though, of course. Our third team is a completely new opponent, Colonel Getafe. They are pretty new to the Ultimate League and are in their 3rd season. Their manager Bosti has a very large squad, to be honest, and this is his first season in Division 6. Naturally, he's likely going to be one of the weaker clubs in the division. So let's see how his squad looks. Their squad is somewhat reminiscent of Worcester Buccaneers, except a lot stronger. New signing Wei Yong, partners star man Victorio Ituriaga, who is one of the highest skilled players in this division at 12 bars, and they also appear to be good at form training. However, with their overall lack of squad strength, it may cost them the chance of missing out on promotion, but they'll be fighting to stay up, no doubt about it. Our fourth face is another familiar opponent, Old Love Craftians. They were in the division with us when we were in Division 5, and they got relegated with us. In the following season, they failed to get back promoted up to Division 5, losing their playoff final against Celta FC, who coincidentally actually faced Knights of Cydonia in my first season in charge. Their team is still somewhat intimidatingly strong, with several 12 to 10 bar players around the division. one who wasn't 12 bar before but now is Ben Buckley. Along with the retiring Kings of the Oaks Giles Painter and their goalkeeper Chesley Skelton, I am pretty sure that these guys will be a title threat and will want to get back up into Division 6 as soon as possible to make out for them missing out on the playoffs. Youth goalkeeper Jasper Morrow is the only new addition to their squad, indicating a somewhat solid and stagnant team, but with plenty of youth to take over from the older players who are no doubt going to be retired in the next few seasons. Fifth team is another completely new opponent, the last one in the division, Red Bull Diamonds FC, managed by Sparky 3, who has only just taken over the team, so this will be his first season in charge of the club, and he's got a bit of work to do to stay in Division 6. His club is the weakest of all the teams in Division 6, 47 that is. 647 is the division we are in this season. It remains to be seen how Red Bull Diamonds will handle their lack of squad strength, but they may find a bit of a problem with their best player being 9 bar Warren Kendrick, in a division where there are lots of 10 bar and 11 bar players, some even stronger. As you can see, their midfield is quite weak, although they are very consistent with 4 11 bar players and 2 intelligent midfielders. At the time of this screenshot, Nelesu Isranavu was injured, however, he is unlikely to be the case when we face him. Our sixth opponent is another new face, Red FC, managed by Chunky 8, who we need no introduction as the team that always plays Bruise. We did it 4 times before and we have never lost to Red FC. Let's hope we don't make a habit of it this time around. Unfortunately, they still have Elvis Brucel, that 15 bar goalkeeper who is still surprisingly only 33 years of age. Adamar Pickshower has announced his retirement. He was in the Red FC squad who played us last time, while Raymond Barkerville had announced his retirement in that previous season. Sotirius Delas is now a threat alongside Kelsey Dixon, but the rest of their squad doesn't particularly look that great. Apart from Sol Palmer, who has a ridiculous amount of 6 SQs on him, which is really absurd, although he could be a great player, but at 9 bars, would he really threaten that much? He's still a key part of their team, I suppose, so one to watch out for. The final opponent in our division is Roma Turner. This is the first time we've faced Roma Turner in 4 seasons. We've only faced them 2 times previously, and on both occasions we lost. But then again, our squad wasn't as strong as theirs, and as you'll see in a moment, they've sort of converged. Roma Turner have got weaker while we've gotten stronger, to the point that perhaps maybe we might be considered the stronger team out of the 2. Let's take a look at Roma Turner's squad and see how they fare. And they could not be ruled out of the promotion race after all. They did spend a lot of their time in Division 5 and higher, and they were once semi-finalists in the Ultimate League Cup. They have several new faces from the last time we met them. As you would imagine, that 4 seasons can change a squad quite much. We have proof of that, for instance. They have a new youth keeper coming through, which will likely be their new long choice number 1. Lev Kumatov is going to eventually replace Robert Budino, who is now 39 years of age. Emmanuel Pogorno, though, is going to retire at the end of this season, and he is much worse than he used to be. Roma Turner were full of 11, 12 and 13 bar players the last time we played them. Previously youth prospect Cristiano Campagna was just 22 years old when we last played Roma Turner. Now he's 26 years old and a crucial first team player, along with Renzo Gianighi and new midfield signing Tommy Trapp. Speaking of new faces, they got quite a few as well, with Gert Ake Nicholson in defence, and 2 new strikers, Alex Jungerskog and Faraday Paradin, partnering Elson Coran and Flavio Freires. They have just signed a new defender in Rafael Costinho to partner Gert Ake Nicholson, Theron Coolidge and Renaldo Cienfuegos in the back 4 of Roma Turner, unlucky for Rafael Parole. Ricardo Vendrame and Candido Osorio are also gone from Roma Turner. They have quite a big squad to be honest, but they seem to be getting their form together for the start of the new season. And guess who they're playing in their first league game? So, to recap, the teams in the division this season are AC Partota Boca, or AC Partota Boca, however you pronounce that, Belfast City, Curl Getafe, Knights of Cydonia FC, Old Love Craftians, Red Bull Diamonds FC, Red FC and Roma Turner. In the first round of matches, Knights of Cydonia FC play host to Roma Turner at the Supermassive Black Hole. Cullinan Getafe play host to Old Love Craftians at Tawny Owl. Belfast City play host to AC Partota Boca at Cherryvale, while the last encounter is going to be very red as Red FC take on Red Bull Diamonds FC at the Stadium of Flames. So, we know the opposition now. So, in the second episode of this series, we'll play our first league game of the season at home to Roma Turner. A good result will be needed to start the season off with. Hopefully we can get that good result against a very strong Roma returner outfit. Otherwise it might be a struggle. Anyway, see you next week for the second episode of the 34th season of Knights of Cydonia's Xpert 11 Road to Glory series. See you guys next time.